So there are three main phases of creating your strategic planning, going through the strategic planning process. So the first part is discussion and information gathering. This is where you're going to spend most of your time. When I'm coaching clients, the first call that we do is typically doing that very thing. We're going through the business as a whole. We're trying to identify gaps, problems, things that are working, things that aren't working. And so you're really taking the time to be thoughtful about analyzing your business to see where the needs are so that you can create a strategy that will be effective. So a lot of people are just going along and there's no real strategy there and they're just doing things, and you don't know, if you don't take a look at this, you don't know what's really working and what's not working sometimes. So take the time for step one, just to do that discussion, discuss with your team. If you don't have a team, take the time to sit there with yourself and think about your business, think about where the opportunities are, where the gaps are, where you want to go, where do you want to take your business, what's your vision for the business, and really be thoughtful about that. So step two of your strategic planning process is development and implementation. So this is where you're taking all that brainstorming that you did in phase one, and now you're putting a pen to paper and you're really, writing everything out. You're determining what those areas of focus are. What are your objectives? What are the KPIs tied to that? What are the tasks tied to, completing those objectives? And then actually, writing those out, and then the implementation of all those ideas. So that could mean, documenting systems and processes. It could mean hiring key people. It really just depends on where your areas of focus are in your business that relate to that strategy. So that's what you're going to do in the second phase of that. Then the third phase is just to make sure that you're reviewing this periodically. So you want to make sure that everything you're doing is still tied to that main core strategy that you've come up with for the company, and make sure things are working. Make sure that your processes are working, that things aren't breaking, that you're keeping an eye on things, and that you're making any necessary changes as you go along. So you don't want to change the overall strategy initially, and strategies do change over time. Maybe your goals change, maybe you have a huge life-altering event like a divorce or something like that changes things for you. So you might have to rethink your strategy at that point. But when you're going into this initially and you're planning that strategy, see it through, let it play itself out, and then make sure that you're just keeping tabs on it so that you know that you're still in alignment with that strategy that you created to begin with.